In a quiet village surrounded by thick forest, there lived a woman named Mama Didi, known for her delicious sausages. She had inherited her father's butcher shop and recipes, and her sausages were famous for their unique, irresistible taste. People traveled far and wide to buy them, and Mama Didi always smiled as she served her loyal customers. Mama Didi's shop had an air of mystery. She never bought meat from the local farmers, and no one ever saw her butcher animals. Yet, her sausages were always fresh and plentiful. Some villagers whispered that she had a secret supplier, but no one dared to ask her about it. A curious young woman named Amara decided to uncover the truth. Amara worked in the market and often noticed how Mama Didi avoided questions about her ingredients. Over time, she grew suspicious, especially when she realized how many villagers had disappeared without explanation. One fateful night, Amara resolved to investigate. She waited until the village was quiet and crept to Mama Didi's shop. The lights were still on, and the smell of spices and roasting meat filled the air. Amara crouched beneath the window, peering inside. What she saw made her blood run cold. On the butcher's table lay human remains, arms, legs, and bones, all prepared to be ground into sausage. Amara clamped her hand over her mouth to stifle a scream. But she wasn't careful enough. Her lantern tipped slightly, causing a faint clink. Mama Didi froze, her knife poised in midair. Slowly, she turned toward the window. "Who's there?" she called, her voice calm but deadly. Amara's heart pounded as she ducked behind a barrel. She prayed Mama Didi hadn't seen her. After a tense moment, she heard the butcher chuckle softly. "Oh, just the wind," Mama Didi murmured, returning to her work. Amara fled into the night, her mind racing with what she had witnessed. She needed to warn the village, but she also knew Mama Didi was dangerous. The next day, Amara confided in her closest friend, Kofi, and together they devised a plan to expose Mama Didi. That night, armed with torches, they returned to the shop. This time, they didn't stop at the window. They entered through the back door, their steps silent but their nerves on edge. The cellar beneath the shop revealed horrors they hadn't imagined. Jars of preserved human parts lined the shelves, and a ledger detailed Mama Didi's gruesome misapplies. Amara turned to Kofi, her voice trembling. "We have to show this to the village chief." But before they could leave, the door slammed shut. Mama Didi stood there, her butcher's knife glinting in the dim light. Her face was calm, almost serene, but her eyes burned with fury. "You shouldn't have come here," she said, her voice like ice. Amara and Kofi tried to run, but Mama Didi was faster. She lunged at Kofi, her knife slicing through the air. He fell to the ground, blood pooling around him. Amara screamed, stumbling backward. Mama Didi turned to her, tilting her head. "You've seen too much, child." Amara grabbed the heavy jar from the shelf and hurled it at Mama Didi, striking her shoulder. The butcher staggered, but she didn't fall. Amara bolted up the stairs, her breath ragged. She reached the door and flung it open, running into the night. Behind her, she heard Mama Didi's voice, soft but chilling. "You can't hide from me, Amara. I always finish what I start." Amara didn't stop running until she reached the edge of the forest. She looked back, but the darkness concealed everything. She could feel Mama Didi's presence, watching her from the shadows. The village woke the next morning to find Kofi's body hanging in the market square, a cruel warning carved into his chest: "Curiosity kills." Amara disappeared that day, leaving the village to wonder if she had escaped, or if Mama Didi had claimed her, too. And Mama Didi? Her shop remained open, her smile as warm as ever. The villagers whispered, but no one dared to ask her questions. The story spread like wildfire, leaving the villagers, and anyone who heard it, on edge, waiting for the next chapter in the tale of the butcher's daughter. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for the next part.